Hidden deep within the mountain ranges of Central Asia, a land where nomadic empires once dominated the vast steppes, lie a series of enigmatic structures and sacred sites that defy simple explanation. Scattered across the remote, soaring landscapes of Kyrgyzstan, these ancient remnants whisper tales of forgotten dynasties, lost religions and complex societies that thrived along the legendary Silk Road, but they also pose a profound mystery. From stone fortresses built for unknown purposes to sacred mountains revered for millennia, these sites challenge our understanding of the past. They are places where history blurs into legend, and archaeology uncovers more questions than answers. What secrets are locked within the silent stones of Kyrgyzstan's mountains? Why were these monumental efforts undertaken in such isolated, unforgiving locations? Join us as we journey into the heart of the Tian Shan and Fergana ranges to explore the unexplained archaeological wonders of a land caught between empires, where the echoes of ancient civilizations still resonate in the wind. High in the central Tian Shan Mountains, at an elevation of over 3,000 meters, stands a structure that seems utterly out of place. Surrounded by nothing but rolling alpine grasslands and the silence of the peaks, Tash Rabbe presents an immediate and striking puzzle. This is not a ruin. It is a remarkably preserved stone building, a sprawling, fortress-like complex far from any modern settlement or established trade route. Its location alone raises the first of many questions. Why would anyone construct such a substantial edifice in this remote, high-altitude wilderness, where harsh winters can render the area inaccessible for months? Constructed entirely from meticulously cut stone blocks fitted together without mortar, Tash Rabbe was built to endure. Its thick, heavy walls and low, formidable profile give it an air of defense and permanence, prioritizing durability over the comfort one might expect from a typical inn. Inside, a labyrinthine layout unfolds. A grand central hall topped by a soaring dome serves as the heart of the structure, branching off into more than 30 smaller, cell-like chambers. Many of these rooms feature sophisticated corbelled stone domes, demonstrating an advanced understanding of engineering and architecture that seems incongruous with its rustic isolation. The skill required to build such a complex suggests a well-organized and resourceful group of builders, yet no inscriptions or records identify who they were or what their ultimate purpose was. The most common theory labels Tash Rabbe as a caravanserai, a roadside inn for Silk Road merchants. However, its design deviates significantly from the standard model. A typical caravanserai features a large open central courtyard where travelers could rest their animals and unload their goods. Tash Rabbe lacks this crucial element. Its enclosed, almost defensive design feels more like a sanctuary or a stronghold than a welcoming stop for weary traders. This has led to a wide range of dating estimates, spanning from the 10th to the 15th centuries, reflecting the deep uncertainty surrounding its origins. Local legends and scholarly debates offer alternative identities: a formidable fortress guarding a forgotten past, a secluded Nestorian Christian monastery, or perhaps a pre-Islamic sanctuary later adapted by others. The absence of evidence for long-term habitation or large animal enclosures further complicates the caravanserai theory. It is possible Tash Rabbe served multiple functions over its long history. A silent witness to the changing tides of faith and power in the mountains, its true original purpose lost to time. Descending from the high mountains into the expansive Shui Valley, another monument pierces the horizon, a testament to a once great city that has all but vanished. The Barana Tower, a magnificent column of fired brick, rises from the plains near the ancient city of Balasagun. Today, it stands approximately 20 meters tall, but historical accounts and archaeological evidence suggest it was once nearly double that height. A towering beacon visible for miles across the valley. Built between the 9th and 11th centuries during the zenith of the Karakhanid dynasty, the tower is a masterpiece of medieval Islamic architecture, adorned with intricate geometric patterns carved into its brickwork. Balasagun was no mere settlement. It was a sprawling metropolis, a major political and economic hub on the northern branch of the Silk Road. The tower is widely believed to have served as a minaret for a grand mosque, calling the city's inhabitants to prayer. Yet no trace of this mosque remains. A narrow, spiraling staircase winds its way up the dark interior, leading to a viewing platform that would have offered a commanding view of the bustling city below. Surrounding the tower, the faint outlines of Balasagun's past are still visible. Archaeological excavations have uncovered remnants of residential quarters, administrative buildings, and formidable defensive walls, painting a picture of a sophisticated urban center. The site, however, also holds echoes of a deeper pre-Islamic past. Scattered around the tower are dozens of baubles, ancient stone grave markers carved into human-like figures, which connect the location to earlier Turkic shamanistic traditions, suggesting Balasagun was built upon a landscape already imbued with spiritual significance. The city's decline is as mysterious as its rise. Whether it was a shift in trade routes, a series of devastating earthquakes that gradually reduced the tower's height, or another unknown catastrophe, Balasagun was eventually abandoned and left to the elements. While modern restoration efforts have stabilized the Barana Tower, preserving it for future generations, they have also altered some of its original features, adding another layer to the complex history of this solitary monument. Even higher and more remote than Tash Rabi, nestled at over 3,000 meters in the Fergana Range, lies Simalu Tash, which translates to patterned stones. This is not a building or a city, but an immense open-air gallery of rock art, one of the largest and most significant in Central Asia. Spread across a vast, rocky landscape, the site contains more than 10,000 petroglyphs carved onto dark basalt stones. These images form a sprawling chronicle etched in rock, with carvings dating from the Bronze Age all the way to the early medieval period, spanning thousands of years of human activity. The sheer scale and chronological depth of Simalu Tash are staggering. The subjects of the carvings are diverse and deeply evocative. They depict lively hunting scenes, powerful animals like ibex and wolves, figures engaged in what appear to be ritual dances, and intriguing solar symbols. Some of the most fascinating images show wheeled carts, providing a glimpse into the technological advancements of the Bronze Age people who first frequented this site. Yet, despite the immense amount of labor invested here over millennia, there is no evidence of any permanent settlement. Simalu Tash was a place people came to, but not a place they lived. The location was likely chosen for its spiritual properties. Many of the carvings are only visible at certain times of the day, when the sun strikes the rock at a precise angle, suggesting a deep environmental awareness on the part of the artists. The stones themselves tell a story of repeated use, with newer carvings often layered directly on top of much older ones. This suggests that the act of carving itself was the primary ritual, a repeated pilgrimage to a sacred place to add a new layer of meaning. The purpose was not simply to create an image, but to participate in a tradition that stretched back into deep antiquity. Geological shifts and frost have since moved and fractured many of the stones, altering their original arrangements and adding another layer of mystery to this sacred, silent library of the mountains. In stark contrast to the remote isolation of other sites, the Suleiman II sacred mountain rises dramatically and unexpectedly from the heart of Osh, Kyrgyzstan's second-largest city. This is not a ruin hidden from the world, but a living, breathing sacred landscape that has been a focal point of worship for over 3,000 years. Recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, Suleiman II is a place where layers of belief and ritual have been superimposed upon one another for millennia. The mountain is riddled with petroglyphs, ancient ritual platforms, and numerous caves, some of which are believed to possess healing properties. Long before the arrival of Islam, the mountain was a major center for shamanistic and other pre-Islamic cults, a natural temple that drew pilgrims from across the Fergana Valley. Its 5 distinct peaks were seen as a powerful source of spiritual energy, a place for seeking fertility, health, and protection. With the spread of Islam, the mountain's sanctity was not erased but rather absorbed and reinterpreted. A legend arose linking it to the prophet Suleiman, who was said to have rested or prayed on one of its peaks, lending the mountain its modern name. This syncretism allowed its sacred character to endure. Unlike monumental architecture, the significance of Suleiman II lies not in a single structure, but in the continuous, repetitive acts of pilgrimage and ritual that have animated it for centuries. It is a cultural landscape in the truest sense, where the boundary between nature and human belief is seamlessly blurred, and the spiritual energy of the past continues to resonate in the present. Finally, in the Shui Valley, not far from the Barana Tower, lie the subtle, sprawling ruins of Akbashim, widely identified by archaeologists as the ancient city of Sayab. From the 6th to the 10th centuries, Sayab was a cosmopolitan powerhouse on the Silk Road, serving as a political and cultural capital for several powerful Turkic empires. It was a place where diverse cultures, religions, and peoples converged. Archaeological excavations at Akbashim have revealed the city's complex urban fabric, including fortified walls, extensive residential areas, and a remarkable array of religious buildings. What makes Siab so compelling is the clear evidence of religious coexistence. The remains of Buddhist temples, Nestorian Christian churches, and early Islamic structures have been found in close proximity, indicating a period of remarkable tolerance and cultural exchange. It was a city where merchants, monks, and soldiers from different corners of the world lived and worked side by side. Yet, like Balasagun, Siab eventually faded. Its decline was gradual, leaving behind understated ruins that speak more of impermanence than of monumental spectacle. The windswept mounds and scattered foundations of Akbashim are a quiet reminder that even the greatest cities can be reclaimed by the earth. Their stories left for archaeologists to piece together, fragment by fragment. Each of these sites, from the defensive walls of Tash Rabi to the sacred peak of Suleiman II, offers a unique window into the rich and complex tapestry of Kyrgyzstan's past, the past still shrouded in mystery, waiting to be fully understood.
Thanks for watching. Like, comments and share.